At tuloy-tuloy po tayo dito sa Memo. Umiingay na naman ang usapin ng charter change o ang legal na proseso sa pag-amyenda ng saligang batas. Una na kasing humirit si Senator Amy na may Constitutional Assembly o CONAS plot, no? Nagkukuntsaba daw ang minorya at ang administrasyon ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Pero pinuna naman ito ng ilang kongresista ni wala raw pag-usad ang mga naunang chacha bills noon sa House Committee level. Pero kung totoong walang paggalaw ang mga panukala sa Kamara, bakit daw nagkaroon ng pangamba na may palihim na pagkilos? Eto na po, makakasama po natin ngayon via Zoom House Deputy Speaker and the Antipolo 1st District Representative Ronnie Puno. Welcome to Memo, Congressman Puno.
Morning, sir.
Good morning po sa inyo lahat.
Opo.
Good morning.
Sir, napanood po ba ninyo yung video presentation na ipinakita ni Senator Amy sa Senate plenary?
Briefly, actually, yung aking panukala para sa Constitutional Convention ay last year pa. August ko pa na nagawa yung aking privilege speech sa Congress. At alam niyo nagmula yun kasi yung issue na inakyat sa Supreme Court na pag-delay daw no, sa pagdinig ng impeachment dahil sa salitang forthwith. Yun ang nag-trigger ng mga ginawa namin. Pero matagal na to, hindi it's not January as was mentioned, no. At least yung sa amin. At saka nung nagbigay ako ng proposed bill for a constitutional convention, may tatlong ibang congressman na nagbigay din ng kanilang mga proposed bill, no? Si Deputy Speaker Paulo Ortega, si Congressman Pido Garbin, at saka si Richard Gomez, no? So there were three other proposals. Yung sa akin yung unang nadinig, at marami naman nagpunta doon sa hearing, sila Chief Justice Carpio, si former Chairman Christian Monsod. Naging maganda yung discussion doon. At sa tingin ko, ang naging resulta noon, pabor sila lahat sa Constitutional Convention. So, nagkaroon ng dalawang hearing. Mula noon, the last hearing, after the last hearing, parang nawala na eh. There has been no further hearings scheduled for any of these proposals. So hindi ko alam saan nanggagaling itong mga pangamba ni Senator Marcos ngayon. Kasi wala, sa House hindi na pinag-uusapan yan.
Bakit sa palagay po ninyo, Kong, they equate the constitutional or any suggestion of a constitutional convention to charter change? And why is it that when we mention charter change, negatibo po kaagad ang dating?
Siguro, Corina, sa umpisa ganun talaga. There might have been, times in the past where talagang the intention was to prolong the term of the congressman, no, or the senators, and even the president. Pero sa tingin ko, it's been 39 years since we have even taken another look at the Constitution. There are real problems that we have to settle. Kasi yung Constitution na yun was meant for a unicameral Congress. We ended up with a bicameral Congress. So in many clauses there, many provisions, nakalagay for Congress to vote, no? When you say Congress will vote, do you mean Senate and the House of Representatives will vote separately or jointly? Every time that issue comes up, umaakit sa Supreme Court yan. Maraming mga issues that have been raised there that are very serious issues. And I think that it's about time that we take a look at these things after almost 40 years. Ngayon, kung timing is correct, ayan siguro ang tao natin ang makakasabi. Pero ako, for me personally, I believe it should be a constitutional convention, not a constituent assembly, no? Not in Congress. Kasi diyan papasok yung self-serving attitude, ano? Yung component. Kasi kung constitutional convention, normally bawal sila tumakbo for any position after that. So, wala silang gagawin kundi sa tingin nilang makakabuti para sa konstitusyon. Kung kami kasi sa House and sa Senate, if we do a constituent assembly, sasabihin siyempre, we will benefit from the decisions that are made, no, in changing the constitution. So, Hindi tama yung sinasabi na magko-convene ang House at Senate as a constituent assembly. Kami, we are against that.
Kung Ronnie, kung sakaling mabuksan muli ang pinto sa debate sa charter change, top of mind, ano po ang dapat i-prioritize na mga provisions na kailangang i-revisit?
Well, in my privilege speech and in our proposed bill, wala kaming specific na amendments na binabanggit, no. Sinasabi lang namin that that the temper of the times and actually the things that need to be clarified in the Constitution. Pero kung yan ang tanong mo sa akin ngayon, there are several. Number one, territory. We are claiming the West Philippine Sea, but it's not in our Constitution. No? Number two, yung barangay officials have no fixed term. So their term is decided by legislation since the past maybe 4 administrations. Hindi pareho. Ini-extend lagi yung kanilang term. The elections are always being postponed because it is by legislation. Sila lang yung publicly elected officials na walang fixed term. So, things like that.
Kita mo, hindi namin alam yan, ha?
Oo nga eh. So mga ganon ang kailangan i-correct natin. There are many like that. So palagay ko panahon na rin. Kaya lang dapat talaga doon sa isang institusyon na hindi pagdudahan ng tao. Kaya kon-kon kami.
So, alam po ninyo, nag-research ako ng konti, at saka sa pakikipag-usap ng madalas sa mga tao sa mababa, problema po talaga nila yung barangay, no? Ngayon ko lang po nalaman, wala palang fixed term, kaya marami sa mga barangay chairman, may mga sungay na. Okay. Pero hindi po ba maraming mga bagay na kailangang i-revise sa ating saligang batas? What will it take para yan po ay, aside from the fact na napakarami pong mga batas na hindi naman pala nai-implement? Mamaya, pagkwentuhan natin yan. Do many laws also require more teeth or IRR dahil hindi naman po siya nai-implement?
Ako, sa tingin ko, the issue most of the time is accountability. Kasi may batas kang gagawin, kung hindi mo tuparin, hindi naman malinaw kung ano mangyari sa'yo. No? There has to be accountability for every law that is put in place. And I think that speaks not just for vague whatever laws, no, pero even crime, di ba? Accountability dito na lang sa ating mga flood control, for example, yung accountability yung issue diyan ang tagal-tagal na yan, hanggang ngayon pinag-uusapan pa rin yan. Where is the accountability? Sinong nananagot dito? Ang laki na naging pinsala, ba't walang nangyayari? And so on. So some of it is not a constitutional issue. Others are just really enforcement issues. When there is a legal issue that is involved, most of the time it has to do with it's not clear what you do with the one who violates. So
Ayun.
doon
Accountability.
pero alam mo, there's the Constitution versus laws, no? Yung Constitution kasi sa ligang batas, it describes the entire framework of government. Siguro ang dapat natin tignan is it working, no? Masaya ba yung tao sa Kongreso? Masaya ba yung ating mga kababayan sa executive branch? Yung pagkakausap-usap. Kasi there's something wrong about the fact that almost every president since President Estrada has gone to jail. I mean, igano na lang, why does that happen? What was their lack of balance of power? Ano ba nangyari doon? And then we have to even discuss the issue of dynasty. I mean, that was already in the Constitution before. No law was actually passed to implement that provision. And until now, I have to find somebody who can clearly explain to me what is a political dynasty in a democracy. No?
I think the version that is now passed in the lower house answers your question. Definition of the congressman.
Well, mawalang galang na sa mga nag-propose nito, no? Pero one of the provisions there is you cannot, if you are within the 4th degree of consanguinity, meaning to say hanggang pinsan mo, you cannot run for office in the same district. No? So, hindi sabihin, hindi kami pwede maglaban ng pinsan ko sa distrito ko. Pwede siya tumakbo sa kabilang distrito. Ibig sabihin, pag 5 yung distrito, puro pinsan ko, hindi dynasty yun. You know? I mean, we have to
Marami
be...
po ang maglilipat ng address.
Yung mga ganun eh. Because again, the limit for residency is what? 6 months? So, last minute na lang, lumipat ka doon sa kabila para doon ka na dahil mukhang kaya natin manalo doon, lilipat doon. But again, the issue of dynasty. So, sa totoo lang, there are good dynasties eh. I mean, look at Bataan, no? I mean, I don't mean to call them a dynasty. But the Garcias have been in authority there for a very long time. Bataan is one of the most prosperous provinces that we have today. It is the only province that has no shortage of classrooms. Okay? It is one of the most highly rated in terms of management. Pero sila yan. You know, the governor is a Garcia, 2 congressmen, you know. But
Baka
so in
po
other
that
words,
is the baka that po is the minority. Ibig ko sabihin
Yes.
mas karamihan po yung
that's true.
umaabuso.
Well, I will probably agree with you there, no? But I'm saying that is the problem really dynasty, and how do you define it? So sa tingin ko, that has to be considered in the Constitution, not in the law.
Okay.
Kasi kung batas lang yan, pwedeng palitan next session yan eh, next
Okay.
Congress eh.
Sir, mapunta po tayo doon sa political survival nitong administrasyon. Dahil nga po, of course, everybody knows they're kind of embroiled. Marami pong mga lumabas na hindi na po na-follow through. Sabi nga nila, yung presentasyon daw po ni Senator Amy is parang a delaying tactic or an attempt to distract. Marami pa pong ibang mga ginagawa para daw ma-distract ang tao, etc., etc. So, sa palagay po ba ninyo posible, dahil naririnig ko na rin po yung yung sinasabing charter change as the last resort of the administration for political survival. Do you agree?
Hindi naman siguro. In fact, to be honest with you, siguro kaya hindi gumagalaw yan sa Congress ngayon, sa House of Representatives, is because the Rules Committee is not moving it forward. And the Rules Committee is headed by the son of the President, no? In fairness to our majority leader, every time there are issues like that, he has been erring on the side of conservatism, no? He was quiet dito sa buong discussion on impeachment because he felt that it was improper for him to say something. I personally talked to him about this charter change. And he said, you know, the problem with that is people are going to suspect us again of trying to use this for ourselves. That's the only conversation I had with him. And so I don't think even they consider it as something to hang on to. No? Do they even want to be there beyond 2028? To be honest with you, frankly, I don't think President Marcos is thinking that way.
Nananayayat na po siya eh.
Yeah. And alam mo, that's a really hard job. I mean, kumbaga, very thankless. Halos wala kang magawang tama dyan. And, you know, the country is in serious crisis now. I'm sure he is having many sleepless nights. I don't know if he wants to keep doing this for the next 5 years or 6 years more.
Opo. Last question from Willard, sir.
So sir, having said that po, realistically speaking, ano ho ang tsansa na magkakaroon ng charter change under this administration 2 years before the next elections?
If it's, you know, una-una, con us, no, Constituent Assembly, I think there will be strong resistance, not just from the public, but even from congressmen and senators themselves, no. If you were going to do a constitutional convention now, you would need a certain period of time to elect people. When you elect people, then you go into a constitutional convention, after which time you have to go into a plebiscite. So, kumbaga, if it's 2 years, medyo makipot na for a constitutional convention, in my opinion.
Ayun, okay.
Sayang.
Sayang.
Opo, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, House Deputy Speaker and Antipolo 1st District Representative Ronnie Puno. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Corina Willard.
Thank you, sir.
Ayan. So, hindi parang malinaw na parang nga naman, bakit mo nga naman gugustuhin na manatili sa posisyon na nagbibigay sa iyo ng
Sakit ng ulo.
sakit ng
Oo.
ulo. Pero ang sinasabi kasi ng iba, parang ito ang paraan para hindi sila managot after their term.
Oo.
After the end of 2028.
So parang sigurado sila na marami silang haharaping kaso, no?
O hindi natin masasabi kung anong
Oo.
iniisip nila. Pero yan lang, yung marites nga lang yan. Na, kaya napag-uusapan yan dahil talagang napag-usapan sa loob. At ayon sa mga nag-aanalisa, yan lang ang paraan kung mananalo si VP Sara Duterte. So again, as you said, it all hinges on the impeachment.
Oo.
Ayun, okay.